You've handled investment, expenditure, road transport. You've been the MD of several public sector companies. How did life begin for you as a youngster? Who inspired you to do all this?
I wasn't born with silver spoon in my mouth, that kind of thing, struggling sort of childhood with five other siblings kind of thing. But that gave an excellent sort of start, in the sense that one learned to be very self-reliant. One learned to find the ways, innovate, to find solutions, work harder to achieve the goals. I was a voracious reader right from my very early childhood. That might again be genetic or whatever, and that made me get a lot of inspiration that something worthwhile, something very credible should be done. And by the time I came in the class 10th or so, secondary school, it wasn't scripted in a way, it was not known. But in the class 10th in Ajmer, where I used to study in a government school, I happened to come third in the entire state of Rajasthan. And that was a revelation for the school, for the city. It became a talk of town that somebody can do this. That was the first time from that school somebody got a merit. So that made me probably realize that there is some talent which can be nurtured, and made me. We used to live around that time in a government colony, which was adjacent to the residence of the district collector and the district magistrate Ajmer. The two were adjacent to each other. And I used to pass through. The collector's residence was in the land which was equal to the 200 houses of the colony in which we were living. So that seemed to appear like somebody big. And so all these things, you read a lot, you see where the country is heading, what is happening, what is important, what attracts public attention. A district magistrate living next door, so to say, you have the luxury of that inspiration. So that made me decide that Indian administrative service is a worthwhile career. And rather than wasting or losing your focus and attention and energy into many others, I decided to go for the IAS as my preferred choice. But again, being a little rational and also a pragmatist, so to say, one had to answer that question that when you appear for IAS, lakhs of others also do it. And the number of seats available are very small. 100, 120, 150 is what you get. So even if you work hard, there are many others also who are equally talented. They may work hard, and you may not really get it. So then you should have a fallback option, right? And that is what made me decide to go for the cost accountancy as an alternative career in case I don't make it. I could have gone for chartered accountancy, but in those days, you have to go to a CA, you have to pay some fees rather than getting something as a stipend. Those were the days. In Ajmer, you had to pay to get the seat with the chartered accountant. And I wasn't in a position to pay. Father used to work with the Post and Telegraph Department. as a telegraphist, not a very well-paid job, so to say. He also did not like his job because it was very repetitive kind of thing, not it is a drudgery, not. He mentally he was much more evolved, so to say, a man of principles as well. But this conflict between having a better mental sort of makeup and abilities and doing a drudgery kind of a job made him actually, if I can share with you, so he fell into depression when I was only 10, 11 years of age.
Sorry to hear that. I mean, that must have hurt you a lot.
So that hurt, but at the same time, it also gave a resolve that you have to struggle your way. And so that's fine. And that I think gives you much more confidence that if you are able to do on your own. So I honestly earned my fees, whatever little fees the government colleges or schools required.